What's up, guys? Daemonxel back again with another Eve Frontier video. All right, so we're going to continue our journey on builder spotlights, third-party applications, add-ons, right? And, well, what would Eve Online be, or what would Eve be without a Killboard? That's right. We are talking about Alpha Kill Strike, the Eve Frontier Killboard. Let's talk about it. All right, so we are going to jump into talking about the Killboard for Eve Frontier. Now, this was put together this January, 2025, but before we delve into that, you know what I'm going to do. That's right. I'm going to direct you down to the description of the video below. If you are not already a founder, you want to start playing this game, you want to get into this game, go ahead and use that link I have down there. Use my referral code. Helps me on the Grace leaderboard. Gets me some Grace, hooks you up. It helps me continue to do content, everything else, and that's the plug. All right, so let me just move this ore over real quick and continue mining. Okay, so let's talk about Killboards, right? Because I myself feel that Eve would not be Eve without a Killboard. Am I right? So let's bring it up. Now, here we are. Let me just refresh this real quick. Obviously, it's running. I'm not a sponsor on Patreon. This is the Killboard for Eve Online. And as you can see, it's got a lot of information, a lot of ads too, actually, unless you're a Patreon member, which I am not. But as you see, it gives us information about ships that are killed, where the battle was. It gives you information on the pilots, a bunch of information that is right here at your fingertips. In fact, people use this sometimes to get ideas for fits and what works best in PvP or PvE situations, right? Well, now we have one for Eve Frontier, and it is called AlphaStrike. And here it is right here. It's a nice, sleek setup. I do enjoy this. Now, this will, I believe, auto updates every hour on the hour. I'm almost positive. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it scrapes information from the chain every hour and loads it up here. Now, these are the latest kills as of the time of recording this video, which is about 10 p.m. on a Thursday night, the 28th. So, and yes, we are in Error 6, Cycle 2. Just putting it out there in case, you pick up this video long down the ways when the game is launched and you're just going down the rabbit hole of my channel. But here we go. We're showing a lot of kills here. And as we link this up, we're going to see who the killer was, who the victim was. It was a loss of a ship. It shows the location. It shows the time. And then it goes into what was all on the ship. Well, we're already seeing a small issue right here because this should not be here. Rigs should not be here. All right, we're going to have to pick. All right, it actually helps if I do some reading. I know. I was not reading in this part. Yes, we are seeing some weird shit on here. I know. I get it. We're seeing drones. We are seeing rigs. We are seeing stuff like exotic dancers. Right. I didn't read this part right here. It says, no, ship hitting contents and some combatant details below are illustrative placeholders. The current API does not provide this specific data. Okay. Continuing on. I was sitting there like, wait a minute. Am I doing this video? And I broke the site. No. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I just find this funny. All right. So as we go, every time we go back, it's going to refresh the list. We can see the top 10 killers of the month. We can go to the week, the day, everything like that. Currently, right now, the top killer is Captain Chaos with 50 kills, Diddy with 47. I believe they're all the same person. Let's just double check here. I think that's Heisenberg, which he went in Discord and talked about. So the guy he was trying to get out of his system. So yeah, this is all the same guy. So it doesn't weed out things. As long as you report the kill, it's going to load the kill. Doesn't matter if you're killing a guy one time or 57 times. It's going to show it. Now, this also shows the top 10 winners and the top 10 losers of the game, of the week, month, or day. It also shows the leading systems of where these things are going on. Now, let's dig into some of the actual information about this, okay? All right, so the project itself is called AlphaStrike. as you can see from the web placement right here. It was built in January 2025. Now, this was the main contributors to this is Killian Anderson and Charles Law. Also goes by the name, let me just bring it up here. I think it's Professor Killshot. Yep, Professor Killshot. All right. Now, if you're wondering about how it goes about and gets the information, right? So it was specifically designed. They had this in mind because, obviously Eve is not Eve without a killboard, and we needed a killboard. So they saw the need. They went and built for the need. I'm going over the dev report, which gives all the information here on another screen here. All right, so let's get into the architecture. All right, so this is built off of a Crow framework, and it basically scrapes the blockchain of all information and uploads it every hour on the hour here. Now, the user interface is through the website here, JavaScript and HTML. So it's going to be more mobile friendly as well as PC. So in other words, you can pull up these stats on the go on your smartphone and see who's leading the charge, who's gotten killed, where they got killed, all that great information there. Now, the way they implement this is through the World API as well as the MUD index. I'm not going into what the MUD index is, but basically, if you are looking to design things for Web3, the blockchain technology, you would need the MUD index editor and everything else. I don't know. I am not smart enough to do programming for Web3. I've not learned it yet. We're not there. At least I am not there yet. All right. So the programming languages used for this is C++, JavaScript, HTML, R. Again, talked about how this is the Crow framework, and they used Git, GitHub, Docker, and other materials as well to build this. So they did have some issues when they were first putting this together. They had to change scripts. They initially started off with something called R Shiny interface, but it was consuming too much server RAM at the time. So they switched over to the JavaScript and HTML. Makes it more mobile friendly, a lot less resource heavy into giving us that information. Okay. I'm just skimming this real quick. All right. So if you are wondering how you need to report your kills, right? If you want to get on this board, you've killed a bunch of people, right? And you want to go ahead and be on this board or just show placing. I can even pull myself up, right? We can look up people here. Let's look myself up here. Now, obviously, I don't have that many kills, okay? I've been doing other things. So don't kill me. Well, I need to spell my name right, too. What is, I need coffee. That's exactly what I need. Let's just do Damon. And there I am right there. Okay, I got 2 kills. Not bad, right? We saw this one in a video I put up before, and I believe this is a Wend that I killed, right? Yeah, so it's showing all the information, but yeah, this was a Wend. But let's go into the game, and I'm going to show you how you need to go ahead and report the kill. So we're going to bring up our character information. All right, here's our kills right here. So what we would do is we'd bring up the kill, right? We were just talking about this is when we saw this was a reflex. This is a Wend. So all you're going to do is after you got your kill, you get your mail, you open it up. All you're going to do is you're going to hit here. It's already on the chain, but you're going to hit report to chain. You're going to click that, and it's going to send it to the blockchain. And then within the hour, that's going to get scraped. It's going to be put on the website. It's that easy. That's right. Now, they are planning a few things for this web application. Let me just bring this up here. Okay, so currently right now, they are in the process of adding tribe statistics to this as well. So let's see here. They are going through updates for data insertion and API to make everything quicker, including tribal statistics. So you can see which are the top tribes with kills versus deaths ratio. And there's going to be a lot more stuff implemented down the line as well. He is thinking about, I did say, are we possibly Discord integration down the line? And he did say that they did, I'm going to bring this over here if I can. They did do some testing where they will get a, let me see if I can bring, hold on a second. There we go. As you can see here, this is some of the testing that they've been doing to add a socket so that you would be able to get Discord notifications upon kills. You could probably even set it up for, like things in your area, if there's kills in your area, that sort of thing. Bring this home back now. All right. What else here? I also want to say they're doing stuff on the back end to make updates much faster. Possibly a character try page for referencing who is who. So if you wanted to look up, a specific person, as you can see, we looked myself up. But it can give statistics, kind of like how Z Killboard. Let's do that. Let's do a side by side real quick. Let me bring this up here. Okay, so here I am, right? Well, this is that fight. Let's go back. So I am here, right? 2 kills. Now let's bear with me now. Let's go back to Z Killboard and look myself on Z Killboard. It's been a very long time since I played. Was that one word? No. Was it? No, that wasn't. That was one of my old characters. This was all right. This was my main character. All right, here I am here. And as you can see here, it gives a bunch of stats, right? It shows on Z Killboard where I fought, what I flew, what I killed, who I flew for, all that information. It gives me my stats, like how many ships I destroyed, my efficiency, my points, ISK ratio for deaths versus kills, snuggly, am I dangerous? All this information is on Z Killboard. Now, obviously, you've been playing for E for years. You are familiar with this already. Okay. They want to add the same kind of stuff for eFrontier. Obviously, we're in alpha, so they can't do a lot of that currently right now, but they are going to plan on implementing this down the road. So this is going to be our premier Killboard as of right now. I don't know of any other projects who are putting together, a community-based Killboard. I know there are certain tribes out there who are doing tribe Killboards. But as far as the entire community where it scrapes all information across the board, I'm pretty sure this might be the only one. Now, don't quote me on it. Obviously, if I'm wrong, put it down in the comments below. Let me know if I misspoke on it or not. But I'm liking this. I like the feel of this. I think it is cool that we because you need one, right? You need to know. I'm a PvP junkie. If you're wondering what type of PvP do, I like small gang PvP. That's my jam, right? That's what I'm into. Pirating and all that good stuff. That doesn't mean I haven't been to large fleet battles. I enjoy large fleet battles. Get tedious. However, I like getting with a small group of friends, going out, doing some roaming, and getting some kills. And I'm liking the fact that we have this now. That you have bragging rights, right? You can have bragging rights, or you can have we show, hey, these are the kills I have. Look at my record. This is what I've done. Now, this currently, since we are in different cycles right now, this will not always be the case. This is going to keep updating with each cycle as we move forward. So as we move into a new cycle, the board's going to get wiped. Everything's going to start fresh again. Now, obviously, once the game goes live, all the statistics will stay, right, until there's a general wipe. Because basically the blockchain is being wiped of all the information, so that it has no information to scrape from until the next cycle. So if you are interested in the actual information on this, right, it's right here in the AlphaStrike. This is on the GitHub page. It's GitHub AlphaStrike post. I'll put all this information and the links down in the comments before. This is also this is the EF map. So that's from the last one. Okay, so we have this one here, and I'll put a link to this as well from the GitHub site. And like I said, if you are an aspiring builder, a lot of your information, a lot of the stuff you can find is from this page, from GitHub. That's a huge resource for you in building applications for this game, add-ons for this games, or even apps within the game as we move further down the line. So, with that said, I hope you found this information. I hope you had fun with this video. Okay, it's late. I need coffee, maybe something a little stronger. But start using the kill site. Start reporting your kills. Let's, as a community, see how much carnage we can do across the Trinary. And until I talk to you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, on this channel, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. I'll see you guys in the next video.